Hello. What does the Americans with Disabilities Act mean to me? There are a variety of reasons, but I've picked a few that really made an impact to my life. First, when I went to graduate school, back then the ADA had just recently passed, so we were able to get interpreters for the classroom. Second, television captioning, so we had access to the news and to movies. Third, telephone access. So we had access to Relay and VP and also the caption telephone. It made a huge impact to my life. Thank you and happy birthday, ADA.
Wow, how the ADA has helped me on a professional level. I'm given independence and I'm able to have a caption phone network. I can make phone calls. People can call me. I have accommodations in my daily meetings. And also, what's really important is in my professional development. I have a seminar coming up in a couple weeks that I am going to have accommodations for, so I will be able to fully participate, and that's going to help me out in the future and in my growth professionally. So the ADA is huge in allowing me to have independence and being able to work and have a livelihood.
Hello. The ADA has helped me tremendously. In the past, when we go to the movies, there was no captioning. It was very frustrating. And now we have captioning on the screen. And we can go to the movies and enjoy and watch the movies. And here at work, the ADA has helped advocate for our deaf-blind population, and it helps that population with access to their environment. Hello. First off, happy birthday, ADA. 28 years, wow. What does the ADA mean to me? It provides me with access via interpreters, both personally, my doctor's appointments, work appointments, and professionally. I get the same access as everyone else. And if I'm refused access, I have the law to protect me to show that I'm required this access. I have many examples, but the interpreters have helped my life and impacted it a great deal. Thank you.
Americans with Disabilities Act, what does it mean to me? To me, it was a game changer for my career. When I began working in the defense contract area as a data center manager, I thought my career was on the way up, not down. When I left the industry, I found it was a challenge to find a job as a data center manager in any other area, specifically because I had a hearing loss. Of course, this was in the 1980s before ADA was passed. They didn't have to limit their questions and not ask me what was that on my ear. They fall out of their chair when they saw my hearing device and asked me, how can I talk on the telephone when I was hard of hearing? And I explained to them that the devices that I wore were specifically to help me hear better on the telephone and communicate. It was a challenge. I continued to face those challenges in every interview I went into, regardless of my qualifications on paper. Finally, in 1990, when American Disabilities Act required that every 50 states provide telecommunications relay services for people deaf and hard of hearing, it not only opened a channel of communications for deaf and hard of hearing individuals to use telephones, but it also opened a channel of opportunity for deaf and hard of hearing to work in the field that they never had an opportunity to do so. I started that career in 1990 with Sprint Corporation providing relay services, and that career carried me on to where I'm at today, working for the Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. Without the Americans with Disabilities Act, I would not have been given those opportunities to pursue and to be where I'm at today. Thank you, Americans with Disabilities Act.
Hello. The ADA, or the Americans with Disabilities Act, has impacted my life both professionally and personally in many ways. I picked captioning because it gives you access to everything. I love to cook, so I watch vlogs. I watch YouTube, and it has the sentences there. And it also has pictures. But it also has the spoken words there. And I can learn tips, what kind of butter, for example, salt, things like that. Also, when we're working and we're training, I don't have to rely on an interpreter all the time. What they say, I have that same access to everyone as everyone else. Happy birthday, ADA.
So for me, as the hard of hearing program manager here at the state, and personally as a hard of hearing person, what the ADA means to me is inclusion of all of us in society, regardless of ability. We all have a right to be included, and as a hard of hearing person, I can now go to the movies and go to the theater and enjoy sporting events, just like anybody who has normal hearing. So for me, the ADA is all about access and inclusion.
Hello. Happy birthday, ADA. Wow. It's really been impactful to my life in a couple different ways. I have a few examples. First is captioning. When I was younger, we didn't have captioning. I go to my grandmother's home. My mom and grandma both loved to watch black and white movies, but I couldn't understand the movies. So my mom would sit on the floor next to the television and interpret for me. Then I could be involved in the conversation after the movie about what happened. Captioning showed up, and then it gave me access to everything so that me and my family could enjoy the movies. That's just one example. Another example is connected with TTY and relay services. When I was growing up, my mom would make the calls for me to see if my friends wanted to come over for a sleepover, what foods to bring. Then the TTY showed up and relay services too. I was still in the habit of asking my mom to call for me, but she said, no, you could do this yourself now. It was kind of a clunky, awkward experience. It had this huge cord and dial and handset, and it took forever to call. But I'm grateful because it allowed me to be independent. Now for an example connected to interpreting. One summer when I was a teenager, I was looking for some summer work. And interpreters were not provided for the interview process. We had to write back and forth with pen and paper. And then we had the ADA that provided interpreters, and that affected my personal life as well as my job life. As a consumer, I had a law to protect me that said I must have effective communication, so I had an interpreter for the job interview. And my last example with an interpreter is when I was pregnant. It was all kind of new to me, and so it was a little bit awkward, but I went to the hospital to express my concerns, and they understood about effective communication, and they had a Lamaze class. It taught you how to manage your contractions, breathing, and also gave you techniques for pain management, like putting your fingers in ice. They provided an interpreter for that, and also for the birthday, I had an interpreter. Things went very smoothly. It was effective communication happening. I knew what was going on, and also when I saw the heart rate drop a little bit, I didn't get anxious or upset because the interpreter was there to communicate with me and let me know what was going on. So again, happy birthday, ADA, and thank you.